Well, hey YouTube, it's MIgardener, and today we're back at the compost pile from last episode. This is the forest compost pile, I don't care, compost pile, whatever you want to call it, but it's a compost pile. I got lots behind me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys how to make a really simple compost tea within one day. Now this is not like a steep tea, this is not a brewed tea. This is literally take compost, throw in a bucket, add some water, and mix it up. Because basically what I am a firm believer in is that when you have nutrients, I mean, for instance, take Miracle-Gro. It's a very poor example, but take Miracle-Gro for example. When you have Miracle-Gro, it contains nitrogen. And if you look on the box, it says water-soluble nitrogen. And pretty much any fertilizer will have water-soluble nitrogen and water-insoluble nitrogen. Anything that's water-soluble, the moment you add water, it's going to actually mix in with the water and it's going to come out. So you're actually going to get some nitrogen right away. So you don't have to wait for a day, you don't have to wait for 2 days. Now, when I do make compost tea that I prefer to steep, I will actually put it in a bucket with a bubbler, I'll add some sugars, I'll do that method. But for something that's kind of an emergency, let's say you got a really heavy rain and all of your nutrients are gone out of your soil and your plants are turning yellow and you want to just stop stressing them out right away, this is going to be better than nothing. It's not going to be as good, but it's going to be very good, if not better than the condition you're in right now. So, and it takes just a couple handfuls of compost and about 2 gallons of water, and you mix it all up, pour it on the plants that really need it, and within a day or two you should start to see them greening up. Now for a really, mosquitoes, they're thick back here. For a really potent compost, I do have a compost tea video that I suggest you guys watch. It's really great. I've had amazing results with it. I do it all the time on all my plants and they love it. But for this is just going to be a very quick, easy, simple how to make a very easy, quick, and simple compost tea. All right, so we just got our 3-gallon bucket here and there are quite a few slugs, but we're going to try to not get some of the life that's crawling around on my compost pile because I like them to keep breaking things down. We just take a couple handfuls, 1 handful, 2 handfuls, and why not 3 just for the heck of it. All right, you got 3 handfuls of great compost. Let's go to the water bin, fill it up with some water, and then we'll apply to some plants. All right, so we're here with the water buckets, and I actually have 2 that I use. They're 30-gallon buckets. They work great for letting the chlorine come out of the water. But I'm here to tell you that that really doesn't matter for this type of method. That's what's keeping it simple. It's awesome. It's super easy because if you don't have these water buckets, you don't have your rain buckets hooked up to the gutters or whatever, or you haven't had a lot of rain, you can use city water because this is not meant to extract a whole lot of the microbes out of the soil. This is just getting those readily available nutrients that's kind of just floating around in this compost. Now again, like I said, it's not going to extract every ounce of all the nutrients. There's still going to be a few in there. So what you can do is you can water with the water that comes off the compost tea, then take the remaining compost and spread it around the plants, and that way you're going to get all of that nutrients. But if you want that quick boost, this is going to give you that quick boost, and then later on you can come back and you can supplement as needed with another feeding, or you can make a big brood batch where you actually let it set for a couple days, stirring it every day, and then that will actually take all the nutrients, or almost all the nutrients, and some of those microbes, and it's going to really allow you to feed the plants. But like I said, this is for a case of emergencies or for the people that just want to feed their plants super duper quick. All right, so I just got my water here, and we're just gonna raise the watering can up about 2 to 3 feet so that the water pours in. And it's gonna aerate the compost, it's gonna aerate the compost tea, and it's really going to allow the nutrients to just readily mix in with the water. So we're just gonna do this. Just kind of work the water around. Again, I'm holding the water about 2 to 3 feet above the bucket, just so it gets a lot of force pushing down. And as you can see, I mean, there's a little froth forming right there, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a little bit of froth forming. It shows you that it's really well mixed. We're going to get a little bit more water here. All right. That was about 3 gallons, exactly, of water. And then you're just gonna take, I just got like a little stick, but just take something and just mix it up so all of that all of that compost is dispersed in the water, because any suspended nutrients that aren't bound up in the compost are going to actually dissolve in the water, and you're actually going to have a really nitrogen rich, you can even get some phosphorus and potassium in there. You can also get some calcium in there. So there's lots of nutrients that can actually be mixed in with the water. And so now we're here, we got this compost, let's go put it on the plants right away. All right, so if you guys can see this kind of yellow leaf here, it's definitely got some sort of nutrient deficiency. I'm not sure what, but I guarantee you this is gonna work out. We've had a lot of rain, and so I can just only imagine all the nutrients that have been flushed out of the soil. I'm just gonna give them a quick boost. And a lot of people don't think that beans need nutrients, but in fact they do. They do produce very well. Some of these are doing awesome, but there are a few in here that could definitely use a nutrient boost. And I do have a bed actually over this way that I have been feeding with compost tea. And just to show you that it actually does work, this bed is extremely lush and extremely green. Now, I mean, it's very subtle differences. You can't totally see it with the camera as I'm seeing on the viewfinder, but I mean, like, these leaves are a very, very dark green, and they have actually a lot more flowers in there. As you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see all those flowers. I mean, it is just loaded with flowers. Compared to the other ones, there wasn't a whole lot of flowers, and they're the exact same type of beans. So I'm actually gonna give the other ones a little bit of compost tea, because as you can see, greener, more flowers, it's definitely a healthier plant in my opinion. All right, so now we're just gonna take the compost tea and just dump it in there. And the water is naturally just gonna run, and it's just gonna run by the roots and feed all the plants. That's really all there is to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys learned something new. And as always, this is MIgardener, reminding you guys to grow big or go home, and go make some compost tea. See ya. Bye.